vortex. You know, I was thinking about the word judgmental. And how it's been completely twisted. Mainly by white liberal women. So it's no surprise that people don't know that judgment is actually a good thing. Because, you know, I often see that in the Psalms. That God exercises righteous judgment. And this is actually a good thing. Judge me according to thy great mercy. Judge me, O Lord, for I walk in truth. You know, things like that. I think that whenever somebody accuses you of being judgmental, it's because you said something that made them have to question things that they've been told, or they feel like you're attacking their lifestyle. All you have to do to spin this on these pieces of shit is ask them how they feel about people that they don't like. Ask them how they feel about Trump supporters. Ask them how they feel about Republicans. Because anybody that's making this accusation of you're judgmental, that person is most definitely a leftist lunatic. And that is definitely a judgment, okay? I think they're just jealous of the fact that they can't figure things out as quickly as you can. Now, I know when they use that term, they mean it in a derogatory way. They don't mean it the way that God means it. But judgment is not supposed to be bad. So the fact that they take it that way just proves that they don't have God in them. Because they want to be upset because you just don't agree with the way that other people live. As long as you're not acting that way, like, you can think thoughts that are not very nice thoughts, okay? You can have hostility towards people without acting aggressively. It's very possible. I do it all the time. And I think that, you know, social media is a place where people, like, let it all hang out. So all these things that they really want to say to somebody's face, they say them online. And I know that this channel is basically everything that I've internalized for the past 39 years, okay? I didn't realize that that's what I was doing until I started doing it. But people that have a lesser degree of mental illness and lesser of an understanding of it always think that I'm judging them because of medication that they take or some diagnosis that they go along with. I stress this, okay? I stress this. If you don't figure out the information on your own, it does not mean diddly squat, okay? Because any psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist could tell you, oh, hey, you have this. And people just believe it. Just like people that go online and they scroll TikTok and they become convinced that they have ADHD, or they become convinced they're autistic, or they become convinced that they're trans. It's like, people need to really, like, make an honest evaluation of themselves. And that takes a lot of time, and that takes a lot of attention paid to one's experience. And so the reason why I talk so much about this is because, like, I understand it really, really well. That's probably annoying to people that either think mental illness is some excuse, or they think that it's stupid, or that, you know, you're just saying that so you can rationalize being late all the time. I mean, I used to. They pretty much expected this, so I don't really have to rationalize it anymore. But the thing is, though, I mean, it's not a good thing. Like, when you're inconveniencing other people, you probably should work on yourself a little bit harder. Even if, like, you have to bend over backwards to not inconvenience somebody else. Ooh, Jesus is Lord. Fuck yeah, he is. I need to get me one of those bumper stickers. I want everybody driving behind me to know that Jesus is Lord. But yeah, a lot of people have said that I'm an angry person. Oh, yeah, honey, I know. But the only way you know that is if you watch this channel. So I'd say that I'm doing far better than most angry people, motherfucker. Really, though. It's like, if you worked with me, you definitely know that I was mentally ill. I mean, maybe if you saw me in the grocery store and I'm talking to myself dressed all weird, I'm very odd. But the thing is, when people think of crazy, they typically think of somebody that's, like, totally out of control. Somebody that's urinating all over themselves on a bus or something like that, you know? That's why they don't want shit to do with homeless people. They don't know how to talk to them. I mean, you'd think I'd very easily be able to talk to somebody urinating on a bus. That's my style, you know? I don't do that. I don't have to do that. I don't have to pee on a bus, okay? I'll just wait and do it in a fucking bush. But, yeah, man, it's just... I don't want to come across a certain way. Like, I still care what people think. I just don't care enough to change my behavior. I don't care enough to be like, oh no, this white, obviously liberal woman thinks that I'm really mean. What should I do? It's like, should I be less than myself so I don't offend people like her? You know? No, fuck that bitch. I mean, I tried talking to her too. I was very supportive in my comment. I told her I didn't think there was anything wrong with her because she had ADHD. You know, I think that they want people to think that there's something wrong with you if your brain is wired differently. It's so weird that she thinks that I said the opposite thing of what I said. I'm like, man, she must really be defensive about this disorder that she has. She must really think that people are out to get her or something, because if that's the impression she got from me, then maybe she's been ridiculed or shamed for having ADHD. And don't listen to those people, baby girl. If you're watching this, I don't think you are, but if you are, don't let those people shame you. Don't let anybody shame you for something that you can't control. Because, you know, they don't have to deal with it. Obviously, I mean, if they did, if they had empathy, you know, they would have compassion for you and understand that, you know, they don't have to deal with what you're dealing with. you know? And I'm pretty good at assessing that. I'm pretty good at assessing and accessing the need for empathy, okay? But that doesn't mean that you still can't, judge things as you see fit, you know? If we didn't judge people, I mean, what's the point of a justice system, dude? I mean, it's not like it actually works, but let's pretend that it did. I mean, everybody makes judgments all the time. It's just whenever you make ones that people don't like, they can throw that accusation on you and say that you're a hateful person. I mean, granted, there are times that I probably do come across as hateful, and I'm sorry for that. I don't want to be that way at all, okay? So, I really don't. Because I can't stand that character trait. And it's not a helpful character trait. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about it. Is that, if you're going to be an asshole or a bitch or a cunt or whatever, that's probably not going to make that person change. I guess you probably think that because of negative reinforcement. If you yell at somebody enough times, maybe they'll do what you want them to do. I mean, that never worked with me, I'll tell you. You can yell at me, you can hit me, you can put me in timeout. You can take something away from me, I'll just figure out how to do it in a way that you cannot detect. The truly rebellious ones will figure out a better way to rebel, That's why I say you gotta bend the rules. Don't break them, you gotta bend them. You gotta bend them so much that you're essentially breaking them, but nobody's gonna know.